Just woke up early this morning. I wanted to share. Got my cup of coffee here. And so I decided that it's time for some more chord voicings. One of the things I love to do is find voicings on the piano that's pleasing to my ear, not too hard to play. And they are in this intermediate range. At least today they are. So we're going to do a chord workout. We're going to be in the key of C. Some of these chords are going to be a little bit review, but this video might get a little long, so you get your cup of coffee out too, and your pencil, and your piece of paper, because you might like some of these voicings. But I'm going to try, rather than just call off the notes, talk you through why I think some of these voicings work. So we're going to start with a common situation you'll find in music, that you're on the 1 chord, and you need to get to the 6th chord. So we got a 1, 6, and then we got a 2, 5. Well, we want to juice that up a little bit. So we're on the 1 chord. Now, if you follow me at all, I don't have to explain this voicing. That's a 7, 9, 3, 5 voicings. Let me back up a second. That reminds me, let's get the key of C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Somebody asked me in some comment of some video about skill fingering. And that's information, especially if you are working in classical music or you got a teacher or whatever. That information is easy to find. Here's what I think about, especially in the key of C. In my right hand, my thumb pivots on C and F. So it's pivot under. Now if I'm going higher, I'm going to pivot on that B up there. Nope. On the C, I'm sorry. So now my thumb is all I think about. My thumb owns C and F. Ascending, I have to think about how many fingers are coming over the top. Now, how many notes do I have left? Well, 3. That means 3 fingers have to work. So now my left hand is different. It's C, instead of C and F, it's C and G. So my right hand is C and F, thumb-wise. But in my left hand, it's C and G. Now, the coordination, if you're going to try to do this together, is to coordinate the shifts. They're going to be shifting at different notes. Watch this. Now, my right hand has to shift, but my left hand didn't. Now, my left hand the shift happens on different notes. Same coming down. Now my left hand has to shift before my right hand. Now my right hand has to shift. Now you want to practice pretty much that slow until you get that coordinated. In the real world of music, I really don't practice too much scales with my left hand. My right hand I do because of improvising. But left hand, I should tell you not to do that because I don't know where your musical journey is taking you. Okay, now back to this first chord we were on. We were on this this C major 9 chord. Now the reason why you gotta know these both names, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, or 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's because we need to get that chord to a different key, maybe. So it's a 7, 9, 3, 5 voicing. C major 9. And as I was saying earlier, we want to get to A minor. Well, throughout this video, you're going to find several ways to do that. And you want to have those in your hip pocket. My advice to all of you out there is don't just copy voicings. And, don't just understand what you're doing, in other words. So we can go 1, 7. I call this my as the deer progression. Now I'm on A minor, so we know what we're going to do on the 1. What are we going to do here on this? I'm going to play a 5 over 7. So that's the as the deer progression. Something like that. So we'll get to that other part of the progression a little bit later on. So what's another way to get from the 1 to the 6? We can do a 2, 5, 1. Let me do that more slowly. 1, 2 minor 7 flat 5. That's a B minor 7. 2 is E. 2 A minor's 5 chord, and that'll take me nicely to A minor. I'm going to be talking you through some of these voicings with some recommendations for how to practice them. So watch this video over and over. I didn't just snap my fingers and hear this one time and I got it. That just didn't work like that for me. I had to play with these voicings. I would suggest you play them out of time and very, very slowly. So another situation you could be in. Now I'm on 6 or A minor and I want to get to 4. Well, I can do the same thing. I can walk to 4. I can do that. Or I'm on A minor and I'm on A minor 6. I want to get to 4. Well, I can do some chromaticism. Watch this. Say, well, what the heck was all that? We're going to get a good workout in the key of C. Get your coffee out. So here I am. I just took this up an octave. So now I'm on A minor 9. I'm on A flat minor 9. I'm on G minor 9, which is the 2 chord of F to its 5 chord. I'll explain that, as my grandma would say. I'll explain that one in a minute. That took me right to this F chord. It's going to be a lot to take in here, so I'm going to fire hose you a little bit, and I know I'm doing it. I know I'm doing this intentionally. Understand, and I'm going to try my very, very, very best to explain it so that it's digestible to you. If you have to listen to half this video and get that, and then listen to the middle part and get that, that's fine. So we got a 1 chord. Let's back up a second. We can play a 1 chord here. So, well, what is that? Looks like this, doesn't it? C major 7. Just take the C away, and now it's a C major 7, add 2. Well, wouldn't this be an F major 7, add 2? Wouldn't this be a B flat major 7, add 2? It's a sweet sound. Here's your regular B flat 7. So I told you we're going to get into the intermediate. I'm assuming you know this chord already. So we're just going to replace that with its sweet second and keep the bass to get that kind of sound. Okay. Now let's say we're back in one chord, or this, or this. All of these are one chords. All I did was take that D and put it up on the top, and that's what voicing is all about. So, some kind of way we got to A minor. Now, let me show you, and I've done this in my intermediate series. That's what I call the drop the thumb technique. A minor likes to go to D7. You see that? A minor, everything stays the same. The bass doesn't stay the same. Bass goes to D. But in the right hand, only the thumb dropped. Let's try another one. Let's try E minor to A. Now I'm on D minor, thumb drop to G. In that formation, thumb drop works. On a minor going to its 7th chord. Circle of fourths comes in handy, and that's kind of requisite knowledge as well. So knowing the circle of fourths is really will help you. But what if I voice this A minor chord this way? Now what's going to drop? Well, that's not a thumb drop. Or this way. See, pause, and pick up these voicings. Now, I need this finger right here to drop. Now, I could have dropped this one too, but I like this tension. Good workout, key of C. Okay, so now if I'm voicing it this way, that works on any minor in that formation, not just D minor. That's how we're going to end up in other keys. And let me digress for a second. If this workout in the key of C is popular, give me 1,000 views. I will be absolutely delighted to do this workout in all 12 keys, a key a day or something like that. What you want to do is either think in the key of C today. That's all we're thinking about. And then tomorrow we'll think in F or B flat or E flat. Same kind of chords. Alternatively, you can take a chord to different keys. Okay, let's do an A minor. To a D7. Right? You think we're going to a G major, but this time we're going to go to a G minor. To a C13. Let's do that again. this way. Just for color. So, well, what's going on here? Well, I just told you. See, here's a regular old F. I killed the F because I got it down here. I put the second in. Nice voice. Or you can play it down here. When I think about a major 9 chord, I'm thinking about the 1, 2, 3, third of the chord. I turn major into minor. And I have that. Now, once I know it's an A minor chord, A minor 7 chord, any old A minor 7 will work. That works. That works. That works. All of that is an F major 9 chord, and look at all these voices you have in your hip pocket. All of that is over in F major. So we did a 2-5. So we kind of did the long old route to get to F. We went from A minor to D7 to C7 to F. So essentially, we were going from C to F. We went, but we just took the scenic route. We're trying to get to F. And voila, we have arrived. And we picked up some new voicings while we were at it. Now let's get ourselves back to A minor. This one I just told you about. E7, sharp 5, sharp 9. Don't leave home without it. By the way, the sharp 9 is on your pinky. There it is on your pinky. So if you want to play an E7, sharp 5, flat 9, just go here. Let me stay here in case you're writing these voicings down. So this B minor 7 flat 5. Now if you want a flat 9, leave your pinky alone. I like sharp 5, sharp 9. Sometimes I'll play both. That goes right to A minor 7. Well, let's voice that this way. Or this way. Okay, here comes another hack, another trick. Look at me playing A minor 7. Do you see that's a C major 7 over A minor bass? What happens if I think of that C major 7 and I lose the C and I go to D, right? So in other words, now I'm playing a C add 2 over A minor bass. I am going to get the sweetest chord you ever seen in your life. That is an A minor 11th chord. Anytime you want to form an A minor 11th chord, just think C add 2 over A minor. Now, how do I get that in different keys? Well, go to the third of the chord. A. Here's an A minor chord. Here's the third of that chord. 1, 3, 5, 7. Right? Here's the third of that chord. Instead of playing this, which is fine, by the way, that's sweet too. Now think C add 2, and you're going to get another flavor. You're going to get another flavor. I told you you're going to get a good workout today in these chord voicings. None of these chords, to my mind, are hard to play. You don't need to have stretchy fingers to do it. But they just sound lush, professional, and they have color to them. So let's do that again. sharp 5, sharp 9. Let's do a flat 9. Now we're going to do this C add 2 chord over A minor. Yes. Goosebumps. Now, again, pause is your best friend in this video. I know it's long. Lots to cover here. And take weeks and weeks and weeks to get this under your finger. Or, if you're really good, take half a day at it. I'm happy for you. But we're doing not only the finger work, we're doing the brain work. So we're on A minor, right? Well, you can take that pretty much to, you can take that to pretty much any O minor. But I'll leave that up to you. But I not only showed you the voices that I'm using, it's like how I came up with it. Went from here to here. Just, it's amazing to me how changing one note can change the sound. Let's take it up. Now, recognize that another way to think of this, same chord. So I took the C major 7 chord and just made it a C add 2 over A minor. Now watch what happens when I take this D up here. Now I got this. Oh, now I have an E minor chord over A minor. That's just another way to think about it. Same chord, or this, or this. Now, wait a minute. We've seen this chord before over C, right? Only our bass has changed. I know it's a lot. It's a lot. But I think you can get it. I really do. And I think when you start getting these voices in your head, under your fingers, into chord progressions, and then finally into songs, you're going to thank me for these a little bit more sophisticated voicings. By the way, this is, if you're following my channel, this is about as high as I get. If you master this and this kind of stuff in all 12 keys, I'm pretty much done with you, man. Matter of fact, you go get piano lessons. I'm just kidding. Early in the morning jokes. So we're on A minor, right? So we went a 2-5-1 minor. Some people call that a 7-3-6. I don't, but some people do. Now let's do our thing. Just beautiful. So now we're on this. Let's just take this one. A minor likes to go to some kind of D7. Well, let's go here. Oh, okay. The next voice is a D7 sharp 11 with a 13 in it. Sweet. So we went from here. Look how easy this is. This stays the same, that stays the same, and that stays the same. So now it looks like we're doing, it looks like we just shifted to the key of G, didn't it? It's like a 2-5-1, thinking that we're going to go to G. But that's just another way. We've got a sneaky way to get to F. Because instead of going to a G chord, we're going to go to a G minor 11. So we're going to stretch out a little bit, and we're going to play this. Now you say, well, I can't reach that. You said no stretch Armstrong. The stretch is in the left hand. That's a 10. That's a 10. Now if you can't reach that, just play this. But I want this dramatic sound. So if you can reach that, by all means do. So what do we have going on here? Either here or here. It's like we have a major over minor. So here's major and here's minor. In fact, this is a nice voicing too. So we have G minor triad over an F major triad. Or if you can reach it this way. So, but let's talk about this. How do I think about this chord? Well, I can say, well, there's the root, there's a flat 3, there's a 5, baloney. F major over G minor gives you a G minor 11 chord. What you want to do is remember, if I take the root of the chord I'm playing, minor chord I'm playing, and I go down a whole step, and I play a major against that chord, I'm going to have a minor 11 chord. I just voiced it differently, like that. So we were on A minor. Let's do it the easy way. Remember, I told you our target is F. Primary chords, C, F, and G are the primary chords in the key of C. So, man, you're playing a lot of black keys. I thought we were in the key of C. We are. We just got routes to get there. So we win A minor. Then we went to this D, 7 sharp 11. Now we went to A, stretch your left hand out and go here. That is a G minor 11. Now I'm going to teach you a whole new trick right here. See this F chord? Take this C, double it up. Still an F chord. It's just now, that's just I think that's the last video I made too. I turned this chord into octaves. Octaves in the right hand. Sweet, sweet, sweet. You don't get too much more professional than that. Let's do that one more time in case you kind of missed it. A minor, 7. Got that? D7 sharp 11. Let's do it the easy way. G minor 11. And then we're gonna do this. Made a whole video on this particular voicing. Dominant 7 with quarter voicings in the right hand. You are getting it all in this video. A dominant 7 or this shell. It doesn't. You could play whatever you want in the left hand as long as you got your dominant chord. I just happen to pick a root 5, flat 7. And then I went to the third of the chord, which is C, and I formed a chord of voicings that gives me the 3rd, the 13th, and the 9th. And finally, I'm gonna make it home to the F chord, which is where I was trying to get. Not home, like the key home, but let's go all the way back to the 6th chord over here. A minor, D7. I can stretch that, but I played it here last time. Now D7 to this. This is such a sweet chord here. Very dramatic. Now to this C13 with a 9 on top. Okay, so there's some more stuff we could do working out in the key of C, but this is a good pause point because get that little section, this section, this little or this. Now we can go, I don't know, let's find a different way. So last time we played a B minor 7, bravo, B minor 7. We played it like this, right? And so instead of that, let's do this. Let's do this. Now we have a B minor 11. Now let's take a look at that. Well, the left hand you recognize as a, there's a flat 7, there's a third. So we got our shells going on in the left hand, and then the right hand. Wait a minute. Okay, that sounds better. So let's look at a B minor 7 chord. And if you went up another, you'll get that sound. So let's voice this chord this way. Or this. Kind of like that. This is the one I want you to get. So that's a B minor 11 chord. But it's got that D flat in there. So you say, well, that's a little bit of a stretch. Well, just play this. But if you can reach it, put that D in there. Now the chord I was thinking about that I fumbled on, I thought it was the B minor. The chord I was thinking about is so last time we played this chord this way. This time we took it up here, opened it up. So this chord is the same as this chord. So last time we went hit here, there's that E7 sharp 5 sharp 5, and that took us to some kind of A minor. This time we went. This time we want a B minor 7 this way. Now we need an E7 sharp 5 sharp 9. So let's go here. E, A, D, and then we're gonna put a C chord on top of that. There's that octaves in the right hand thing again. So catch that voicing, so that's the same as this, except for we're just voicing it differently. So now, the way you think about this is lose this, and look, you got a C triad here. Put octaves to that. Over an E, third, to form this chord, this voicing, in other keys, what you want to think about is this time you're going to go the other way. Remember I said you go to the third of the chord, and this time you're going to go. E is the third of what? It's the third of C. So in your right hand, you're playing a C triad octave, and that too will go to. So now we can go, so let's do that, E7, that chord, E7 sharp 5 sharp 9. Now let's walk minor chords. Oh, what's going on here? Here's a C7 sharp 5 sharp 9. Played the kind of what I call a traditional way. And that takes you to, let's do our new F chord. So we took a B minor 7, this chord, right? This is a segment to learn. Maybe take a day, just play this. So it's a 2-5-1 to the 6th chord. But the 6th chord is going to keep it moving. Now we're going to do this. Now we're going to drop. And we're going to end up on an F chord. Chord likes to go to 3. That's an E minor 9. Let's go to 4, 3, 2, 5, 1, and then we're done here with this video. So I played this, but I also know I can go down a half step and play a major triad. Octaves to that. That gives me a D minor 11 chord. And let's end on a nice dainty 5 chord. There's our quarto voicings in the right hand, shell in the left hand. And we have just completed our workout for today in the key of C. Okay, now rewind. I've tried my best to not only play it for you so you can hear the sounds, but also kind of explain some tricky little things. If you have questions, just drop them in the comments below. If there is a key that you'd love to see this workout in, drop that in the comments below too. For me, I usually fooling around in the key of E flat, sometimes A flat. But everybody says, I never play in C, it's too vanilla. I just showed you some sweet things you can do right in the key of C. Okay, I know this was a long one, but I hope you have a paper full of notes that you can play it, get fluent until finally you can throw those notes away. Here is your order of progression. Take this a bit at a time. Don't try to drink all this in at one time, unless you're really pretty advanced. Take a bit of it and get it. Maybe take the A minor. That's not A minor. This. And just get that. Get that until you get it with some tempo. Then get the next little segment I showed you. Now put all of that together, and you have a pretty fair workout with some pretty, I would call them high intermediate chord voicings in the key of C. That's one key down, 11 to go. And but the numbering system will help you move this to other keys. So any questions at all, or comments, thumbs up, likes, all that good stuff. You know what to do. Mike in Detroit, have yourself a fantastic, blessed day, and we'll talk to you on the next one.